Dan McMillan, and we're here for 147 South today. And we've got a show that I almost like to say it's a repeat. We like to go back a little bit in history, but we're also coming up forward. We've got a special show today because we've got a special group of young men back here that have accomplished something that no other team and no other, I want to say organization, no other program, let's call it, this is a high school program. What we're talking about is the state title for baseball here in the state of Illinois. No other team has ever won it 3 years in a row. And what I've got here is the regional news reporter that talked about Providence baseball team wins 3rd straight state championship. You guys want to give me a little cheer for that? Did you want the 3rd straight? They're excited about it. We're excited about it. We've got Orland Park's Tom Kelly is on the cover here. We don't have him here today. We talked to him a little earlier today. He's the gentleman the young man who made the throw that was heard round the world. And we'll talk a little bit about that. And Coach, you can explain why that throw was so significant. It was a great throw, but I'm not sure what part it played in the game, but it became a top 10 on ESPN. So it must be, it's a throw that we'll all remember forever. So let's talk a little bit about why we're here, and part of it becomes the fact that, we're going to hear, if you can hold on to that, sir. Coach, thank you very much. Last year, these guys had won 2 years in a row, and we had a show. And I guess I made an off-the-hand comment that I said, now when you win again next year, when you've won 3 in a row, we're going to have you back. So I'm a man of my word, and here we are back again. The significance of it last year, which you guys have done something that I think may have never been done in Illinois also. Now this year, what you've done is never been done in Illinois with 3 straight state high school championships in baseball. But you had won the state title in football, and in the same school year, you had won it in baseball. And I think it had never been done before, at least that was in our research. I did not see it had ever been done. So what we have today is we're going to present to you the team and talk about the season that they had. It culminated in a state championship, but there was some ups and downs during the season. No season ever goes quite as planned, and we'll talk a little bit about it with our 3 coaches to start off with up here. We have Garrett Pransky. Is it Pransky? Pransky. He's the hitting coach. Garrett, thanks for coming out today.
Thank you very much.
We have our head coach here, Mr. Mark Smith, who, how long have you been head coach?
10 years.
Well, thanks for coming out today. 10 years? Have you been head coach here at Providence for 10 years? Where'd you start at before?
I was at Joliet Junior College.
Oh, okay. So you got little that prepared you to deal with some guys like this. At Joliet Junior College. I don't know if anything to prepare you for this. But we'll be back to talk to the head coach, but we got to introduce the person that really carried the team this year, because, Coach, folks, without pitching, a baseball team goes nowhere. And so here we have Mr. Tim Burdak. Am I saying it right?
Yes, sir.
Tim is the pitching coach. So he molded these guys back here into first-class pitchers. What's the and I know that it's sometimes overrated in terms of speed of the pitches, but what's your what was the fastest that saw? And I want to preface this by saying I just saw something last night where this guy from the Yankees did 105 last night. This reliever, he did 105, and he's done higher than that, but he did a couple of pitches, and 2 straight pitches that were right about 105. You got anybody on your staff that throws 105 miles an hour?
If we combined the 2 guys, we can get to 105, but we weren't about velocity this year. We were about pitching, working the slope downhill corners. Jimmy Moyer, old-time guy, pitch. We did, and that's one of the things that other kids did well, as they learned how to pitch.
Yeah. So what you take is you look at who you have, what you have, and you mold that to benefit the team. You don't have a lot of flamethrowers, so to speak. blazing speed, but you guys got guys that are crafty. You help them take their stuff to the next level. Do you have any knuckleballers here?
No knuckleballers.
Yeah.
A couple split guys, but no knuckleballers. The knuckleball is kind of something that it's in the limelight right now because of R.A. Dickey.
Yeah,
but it's
that whole thing on the instant van. What is that? I've seen that special 4 times in different parts. Where our Dickey is, they show him from beginning to end, and they show a little bit of who's the kid guy from the Red Sox? Wakefield, and they show Wakefield down there too, as if the knuckleball is kind of a new revelation. When we all know Wilbur Wood was Wilbur Wood pitch. He pitched both games of a doubleheader back in the I think that was back in the '60s with the White Sox.
Right. It's a pitch designed to save a career.
Yeah.
Both of those guys, Wakefield and Dickey, they lost life on their fastball. They lost life on the breaking ball. So it's a pitch to kind of hopefully get them to stick around. They mastered it, and they had great careers. And Dickey's still going strong.
He is going strong. What was your in terms of your pitching? What was your your top pitching, and when the game was on the line, what was their go-to pitch?
You know, it all depends on the individual, whatever their strength is that day. Usually it's the downhill fastball for most of these guys. We had a couple of encounter for you guys who split very well. We got ahead and utilized that pitch and had a lot of it.
So the key in terms of, let me ask you that with pitching. Because I know in Little League, you can pitch 2 innings or 3 innings, and you can't pitch the next day, and that type of thing, just to save the arms of the youngsters. What are the rules in terms of pitching at the high school level?
Right now, there is no rules dictating pitch count or inning count. I believe that's going to change. We talked about that. It's on the horizon. To try to protect some of these young arms from them going out and pitching 100 pitches on Monday and coming back on Wednesday or Thursday and trying to throw 30, 40 more. So they're making that point to try to get those numbers out, trying to concrete evidence of the damage it does from the overuse. We're headed that way. It's a step in the right direction, but it's nothing out there yet.
So you as a staff, what would you guys try to practice in terms of pitching your guys on a day in and day out?
We had the idea this year that with guys who didn't really could overpower hitters, that they wouldn't see the lineup more than 3 times.
Yeah.
We handed the ball to the next guy, he would pick them up. So like I said, hopefully if they kept their pitch count down, they could get into the 5th or 6th inning with, only seeing the lineup 3 times. That 4th time, like I said, we can turn it over to other guys in the bullpen and give those teams a different look.
Got it. So pitching was one of the keys that got you guys going where you did. Now let's go over and talk to Garrick and talk a little bit about hitting. But we'll pull it all together with head coach Mark Smith after we get a chance to talk. We're going to talk hitting with one of the finest hitting coaches that I've ever met, Mr. Garrick Pranchke. Garrick, how long have you been coaching here at Providence?
It's my 3rd year.
3rd year. When you came into the program, did you? So you've actually, with you here, you've won 3 straight titles.
I'm 3 for 3.
Yeah. So, Coach, I think you might want to extend his contract and give this guy a raise because without him, I don't know.
I'm on a year-to-year basis with him. So if we don't win, I'm out. So.
Yeah, that's it. That's why I see that. Yeah, well, actually, you should keep the incentive there. You got to win the championship. But so when you came in, what were some of your goals that you want to see the team reach in terms of? I know overall as a team you want to win, but what did you want to do to make them better as hitters?
Well, the biggest thing with hitters, you got to see everybody swing first. So when I take a look at everybody hit, make some adjustments on the guys, but not really major. On 2 strikes, battle with 2 strikes, put the ball in play, put the pressure on the defense. First year of 2014, we had some power. We had a couple guys get the ball out, so it's kind of nice having that. And this year, we thought we had some power, but we went back to small ball a little bit.
Yeah.
Got guys on base, and if we put the ball in play, we were going to score a lot of runs because we had some speed and we used our speed a little bit. And I think overall, the years I've been here, it's getting better.
Yeah.
We still have a lot of work to do.
Yeah. You do a lot of hit and run.
Try to if they get out first. We try to steal them, and then we can't steal them. We try it, but matters what the situation is.
Yeah. Now, who's first base coach and third base coach?
Third base coach is Coach Smith.
Third base coach. Did you ever try to hold any of these guys up and they ran right through right through your stop sign, and they went in and they got, and then they would get, and then they got picked off, and then did they have to run bleachers the next day?
No, I'm not a run for punishment type of guy.
Did anybody run through your signal?
I don't think so.
No, they don't look like guys.
Just a very disciplined, intelligent group of kids.
They miss a sign, that's right.
Yeah, we'll miss signs.
Did they miss a few signs?
Oh, I missed a lot of signs.
So did anybody ever miss a hit and run sign and just leave that guy dangling out at second base?
I think so. A couple guys that,
It's only human.
yeah, Fitzy did it one time, I know he messed up. We have base running, a couple base running errors, but besides that, you're all right.
Do you practice a suicide squeeze in every practice?
We try to work on blocking, it's key, it's key
Yeah.
for us. We need it, I mean, you can get that in, it's a run, so
Yeah.
any run we can get. I know the championship game against Mundelein, it was Jackson Sluice was up to bat, he put a bunt down and they threw it away and kind of opened the whole inning for us in the fifth, we scored 5 or 6 runs, so it's kind of nice, so. It opens up to bigger innings, so if we can do little things like that, it works out well.
That's the key. So so what you were looking at with your teams is about 14, you had a little more power. This team, you had manufacture runs, you looked at things like that, bunt, little, it's probably an overused term with small ball, but you really looked at making, something like that, lay down a bunt, something goes wrong, it opens up the inning.
Yeah, I think early in the year with the weather, and the spring, the balls are going to carry it out, so, I mean, we try to manufacture runs any way you can, so. But one thing that kind of hurt us was not getting the bunts down early. We struggled, and that was one of our strengths, was the last 2 years, in 14 and 15, we got bunts down, and it opened it up, and this year we struggled a little bit. We didn't get the bunt hits that we should, and then guys are making outs, and maybe you don't get that bunt down on the first attempt, you try it again, and if you can't, then you're swinging away. So that's where some of the guys' averages went down, and they battled back, but we capitalized on the bunts, and we did it right. It's key for some of our players and open up the innings.
Did you often bunt for a hit? Did you have you guys try to bunt?
We have,
try to get a hit?
we have 2 or 3 guys that can do it.
And speed.
Yeah, but it matters where the third baseman's playing and where guys. I mean, most of we get scouted out pretty good. Everybody kind of knows. In the Catholic League, it's kind of tough to do because everybody has a scouting report on you. They know what guys that can do what. So we had a senior base team this year, so they knew the lineup pretty well. So and sometimes we had to pass on that.
So you had a senior base team, and most of these guys seniors?
Now they're going to be seniors.
They're going to be seniors. Okay. So you got a lot of guys coming back next year.
We had a lot of guys graduated.
Yeah.
They'll start live with seniors, so they're all going away. These guys come up,
So they're all going away. Yeah. I mean, so you got a big turnover, but a lot of the guys that came up, last year, that came up to this team, were some of them on the bench the year before, and they came up and it was their time.
Yeah, they stepped up into the real nice job.
Yeah, so you never know when it's going to come up, what's going to happen. But to become an expert bunter, I just want to talk a little bit about bunting because it's a lost art. It seems to be a lost art. To teach them bunting, especially if they don't want to do bunting, what's some of the approach you'll take with the kids?
When we practice bunting, we try to move them up on the plate, choke them on the bat, the barrel above. Just practice it, give a lot of repetitions. When we do it, when we hit, go off the machine, try to get some velo, try to work on that. But just get to balance the bat out in front, play your angles, and just try to soften up the hands. Just try to work on all this stuff. See if it works. Some guys can do it, some guys can't, but we try to make everybody do it. It's a key part of our success for the Providence program. We have success doing it when we do it right.
Well, I think between the pitching and hitting, you guys are the backbone of the team. And keep up the good work. Your head coach here, I'm sure he's the driving force behind the team. So let's talk a little bit to Mr. Mark Smith. Mark, I do want to thank you again for coming out today.
Pleasure to be
with the team. It's great to talk about the season that was, the 3 seasons that you've had. And is this season started? So let's talk a little bit about it. Is this season started? What kind of expectations did you have?
Well, we had quite a few kids back, so the expectations were high. We knew that we had some ability and we had experience. It's just a matter of kids staying hungry, wanting to continue their success, and if they did that, then as I told them at the beginning of the year, the only thing that was going to stop them was themselves. But they did a great job all year. They're a hard-working group, and they set out a goal for themselves, and they were all fortunate and blessed to achieve it.
Well, when you're going into a season, you know that you're going into play the toughest league, probably in the state of Illinois, what is it, Catholic Blue? And when you're going into Catholic Blue, the good part about it is that it's going to prepare you for the playoffs, because no matter how well you do, you can go undefeated. If you lose in the playoffs, it's an unsuccessful season. But if you could have 10 losses, you catch fire and you go through and you win. How did this year's season prepare you for in the Catholic Blue, prepare you for the playoffs?
Well, in the blue, you see the best of the best. You see the best pitchers, you see the best hitters, you see pretty much the best teams. And, when you see that day in, day out, that is what's going to prepare you. So when you get into the postseason, nothing is a surprise. You know what you're going to see. If you see a real good pitcher, that's, it's nothing you haven't seen during the course of the season. So, the Catholic League Blue ultimately gets you prepared for the postseason. We never look at it as like, the number one goal is to be a Catholic League champion. It's great. It's an honor, because anytime you can say you're a Catholic League champion, you're a good team in any sport. It doesn't matter what the sport is. But ultimately, is what we discuss with our kids is those 35 games that we play in regular season. Those are a dress rehearsal.
Yes.
It's a dress rehearsal for the postseason and what you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah. So, was there any point during the Catholic League season this year that seemed to be the turning point? You said you were worried, and then it took a turn, and you said we're on our way.
We had some adversity in the middle of the year. We lost a family member at the school, and that was a pretty tough week for all of us. That was a week where we had St. Lawrence twice and Brother Bryce twice. And, mentally, I don't think any of us were really into it at the time. Once we, as a community, as a family, came together and just played in honor of Charlie, and I think that helped us get through the rest of the season. And we grew stronger for it, and the kids got back to a little sense of normalcy. And they just played hard the rest of the way.
Who ended up winning the Catholic League Blue championship?
Brother Rice.
And then how did they do in the playoffs?
Lost in the sectionals at some point.
Who ended up beating them?
I think Lawrence.
It was Lawrence. I remember that being coming out. St. Lawrence beats Brother Rice. I think they thought they were going to plow right through. And then lay out what your road to the championship was beginning in the playoffs.
Well, we go into the regional, and I think we were the number 3 seed in our section. And we had to open up with TF South, and won that game 7 or 8 to nothing. So it was a good start. Then we had to play Lockport in the regional championship at Lockport. And anytime you get a rivalry game against a neighborhood school, it's a big rivalry. The kids know each other. You're always concerned, especially on their field. But we won that one 4-0. Played extremely well. Got into the sectional where we hosted our own sectional. And I think part of the worst thing about hosting a sectional, but the best thing is you get to play at home, but you have to get there.
Yeah.
And I felt more stress and pressure of winning that regional, just to say, if we're hosting this tournament, we got to be in this darn thing. And fortunately, we got the regional title. We went into the sectional, opened up with Lincoln Way East in that sectional semi, and they swung bats. They were a good team. We're fortunate that one won, I think, 6-2. They got to the sectional championship. We played Lincoln Way North, and they were fighting for their school.
They were fighting for that last year.
Yep. So they had a lot of motivation. We had a lot of motivation for what we were playing for. And, they scored a run in the bottom of the 6th, go up 1-0, and our kids did what our kids do. And 7th inning came, and they didn't panic. They stayed relaxed and continued to stay the course and had some fun and put up 4 runs, and we won that one 4-1.
Very good.
So that got us to the super sectional. We went down to U of I, played Plainfield South. They have some incredible pitching. They were playing really well at the time, and we had a real good game with them. We won 4-3, and that got us to the state semis.
And then, so who'd you play in the state semis?
State semis, we had Plainfield North.
Oh, okay.
So very talented team. Again, another Plainfield school loaded with pitching. And we won that one 7-4. They got us to the state championship game where we beat Mundelein 10-3.
10-3 against Mundelein, so you won the state championship and just mowed them down, just knew what you were doing. I noticed that, your road to the championship, as much as you knocked out, you're going rock'em sock'em against the teams in the Catholic Blue. Most of the teams that you played on the road to the championship were public league. And in public schools, the Catholic schools were knocking each other out. St. Lawrence beat Brother Rice, and then somebody else beat St. Lawrence. So you didn't run into a lot of Catholic Blue on your way to the championship.
No, and that was an oddity, I guess. In 14, we beat Brother Rice and St. Rita on our way to the state championship. Last year we beat Mount Carmel in the state championship, and then this year, they move sectionals around. The IHSA does, so those 4 blue schools were all with each other in the same sectional, and it was without a doubt that was probably the state's best section.
Yeah.
But single elimination baseball, anything can happen, and anybody can beat anybody.
That's what's so great about the playoffs is win or go home. So what we've got here is a phenomenal streak, 3 years in a row that you won the state title. Now, and I think I've read so you won 14, 15, 16, and it hadn't, and before that, Providence hadn't won since 82, and then it won in 78. So where did you go to high school at?
Providence.
You were in Providence. What year did you play?
I graduated in 88.
Okay, so you didn't win a state title as a player?
No, never got out of the region.
No? Okay, because your coach wasn't as good as you.
We had some great coaches
No,
at Providence.
they're all good. They're all good because you said it comes down, anything can happen.
Yep.
Anything can happen. You miss a sign, it's a hit and run, and then somebody doesn't see it, and boom, they're on, and before you know it, or like what happened with you guys with the bunt. You do a bunt, they throw it away, and all of a sudden you score 5 runs. And so anything can happen in baseball. It's just like anything can happen in football. That's what's great about sports. Let's just look back on if you look at the whole season. And you hate to bring it down into a memorable moment. It could have been a team moment, a big team hug, or whatever it is. But what's your most memorable moment of the season? Other than, of course, you won the championship. Everybody throws their mitts up in the air and goes crazy, and everybody's happy. It may not be the most memorable, but just if you could just pull one of those memorable moments of the season out.
That's a good question. I don't know if we ever had that one moment. Like I said, we had that adversity in the middle of the year, and I think that helped kind of, bring us back to reality. Remember, that life is special, it's precious, and and there was a time where we just forgot about baseball for a while, and went back to that support system of a family within the Providence community, and and then after that week, and we grieved, and we kind of came back together and prayed a little bit, and held each other's hands and talked a little bit through it, and just said, we're going to play for Charlie now, and do things the right way, play the way that he would be proud of, and I think that had a big part of our success.
That was part. I would think that it's kind of these guys growing up and understanding that, and it actually makes you looser because when it comes down to it, it's only a game. It's not life, it's not death, it's a game. It's always it's a kid's game. You always got to remember that and have some fun doing it. So it leads us up. I'm just going to run through this other memorable moment that I know everybody in the world wants to talk about. So a little bit about or hear about. This guy, Tom Kelly, this throw. And what game was that in?
That was in the state championship.
That was in the state championship game against Mundelein. Can you paint the picture as to what happened and then what was so significant and it became an ESPN top 10?
Well, it was 10-3. They had a runner on second with nobody out, and at this point you're 3 outs away. It's just throw strikes, throw it over the plate, let them hit the ball, let our defense do the work, and kid hit a fly ball, deep fly ball, drove Tom back almost to the warning track, came in on it, caught it, and the kid tags up, and it's a deep fly ball, and I don't blame the kid for tagging. Didn't expect Tom to come up gunning, but he did. He let it loose, and probably made the best high school throw I've ever seen, if not one of the best throws I've ever seen overall. And as the ball's coming, you really didn't think much of it, but you could hear the crowd went from kind of silent to just this light roar, and then it just got bigger, and all of a sudden tag pitch catches the ball, tags the kid, and just everything erupted. It was absolutely incredible.
Now, was that the last out of the game?
No, that made the second out.
Oh, okay, that would have really been a fairy tale. That was the last out of the game, but it was big. You think you've got a lead in the ninth inning, and nobody in ninth inning. It's you guys play seven. You guys play seven. You only play seven. Don't. It's not. It shouldn't be that tight. But it's like last night, last inning of the game. The White Sox go into it, leading 4-0. They throw a reliever in. And they ended up losing 4-3. I mean, no, they were losing. It was 3-0, and they lost 4-3. I don't know what it was, but that's. But I only say that because everybody went. I think everybody went to bed, thought the White Sox won, and that was the end of it. But so you guys had no game is over until it's over. I guess that's the lesson. So you guys have done this. You guys now how long? So you've been here 3 years. How long have you been here? 1 year. First year. So you came in. So all you've known is a championship. Right. So that's it. This is a championship crew here. This is it. You guys are just going to keep winning championship after championship after championship. So we're going to wish it. We're going to get it ready now to talk to some of the players, get their perspective. We want to know what they really think of these guys. We're going to have to ask you to leave the room because they don't want you to. We want them to talk freely. No, but we want to talk to some of the players, talk about the season, talk about their aspirations. And Tom Kelly, our guy who threw it, he's going to go on and play baseball in college.
Yeah, Miami, Ohio.
Oh, very good. So you've got a number of players. Do you have a number of players coming out of the season that are going to play in college?
Yeah, out of the 19 seniors, 12 of them are moving on to play college baseball.
Now that's gotta make you feel good, real good.
I'm very proud of that.
Yeah.
I think we've worked hard for the kids between Bernie, myself, and Garrick, and the other coaches, and their summer coaches work hard for these kids. They want to play college baseball. We're going to help every way we can to make it happen.
No, that's what it's all about. So you guys do a great job. I sometimes make jokes about when you coach, and I still coach with Pioneers, and doing that with the kids, that we mold the minds of the youth of America. But that's what you guys are doing. You're molding them. They're doing great. You've got a great group of young men behind you. And we're going to sit down. We're going to now move on to talk to them to see what they really think of the season and where we're headed and what we're going to do. But we really want to thank the coaches. And I don't know why I have to look back at this, just I should know your name. Tim Burdick, the pitching coach. Tim, thanks very much. And Garrick Pransky, did I say it right? The hitting coach, who brings it all together, the glue for this crew, this team, this school out of Providence Catholic out of New Lenox, the Celtics. We love the Celtics. The one that brings it all together is Coach Mark Smith. Mark, thanks for having us today.
Thank you very much. It's an honor.
It was an honor to see it. You guys win 3 years in a row. And when you win the 4th year in a row, we're going to see you back here again next year. Book it, folks. 4 in a row. We're going to be right back to talk to some of the players that make it happen. I'm Dan McMillan, and we're here for 147 South. Thank you. And we're back. Orland Park, we're back with the Providence Celtics, the 3-time Illinois State champions, the baseball team that has been heard. The fact that they won 3 in a row has been heard around the world. I'm not even sure it's been done in the country, let alone in just Illinois. So I'm going to go out on a ledge and say this is the first time any team in the United States has ever won 3 titles in a row. So let's roll with that. I don't think there's a copyright on it anyway. So let's now we're going to talk to some of the players. We've had a great discussion with the coaches. They've done a great job with these young men. We've got two right behind me that are from Orland Park. We'll let them introduce themselves, and then we'll talk about how they grew up in Orland Park and how much they love being part of the community of Orland Park. Matt?
Matt Kraskowski.
And Matt, where are you from?
Orland Park.
See, I told you. I know where this show's going. So Matt's here. We also want to introduce Eric. Eric, let's give us your full name.
Eric Judds.
Eric Judds. And you are from?
Orland Park, Illinois.
Orland Park, Illinois. Where'd you guys go to junior high? That gives us a better idea where you're at now, here in the beautiful community of Orland Park.
I went to CJB.
CJB, okay. Which is Cardinal Burnaby.
Yes.
Okay. We like Cardinal Bernardine right over there on, what is that, 167th? I think it's right off of there, yeah, right off 94th. Right, real close to Lifetime Fitness where we all love to work out. I don't know if you guys ever worked out at Lifetime Fitness while you were at Cardinal Bernardine. Where'd you go to junior high school?
I also went to Cardinal Bernardine.
So we got a couple of Cardinal Bernardine products here. As you guys grew up in Orland Park, I don't know if you were born in Orland. Were you born in Orland Park?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get that out of the way. These are true products of Orland Park. Where did you play your youth baseball after? You may have started out at OYA, and played, and then you went on from there.
Yeah, I started in OIA and then I went to the Illinois Sparks.
Did you ever play for Mike Zunica?
No.
No? Who was your favorite coach with the Sparks?
Mark Rajensky.
Mark Rajensky? He taught you everything you know?
Yeah.
He taught you to be a better player. And what did you average this year?
I don't even know.
You don't know? Did you hit over 300?
Yeah.
Okay, so he hit over 300 because of his time with the Illinois Sparks. Plus, his hitting coach, right there, Garrick really made him the hitter that he is. And do you give all the credit to Coach Garrick?
Oh, always. Always.
What do you call Coach Garrick?
Dinger Derby.
Dinger Derby.
No, that's not what you.
That's what you call him, or
Yeah.
that's what he does?
No, but that's what we call him.
Okay. Okay, so Dinger Derby, that's good. It's good to see you guys have a great relationship and it's loose with the coaches. So Eric, as you grew up here in Orland Park, where did you? Let me come over there and talk so that I'm not reaching across, and I want to have some manners here. Where did you play baseball?
So I played in OIA like Matt, then I played for the Orland Park Warriors, and then that was for grade school, and then for high school, now I play for Ballpark Raiders.
The Ballpark Raiders?
Yeah, that's correct.
So as you were growing up, do you have a coach that you look back on that made a big difference in your life?
I would say my dad, mostly, because he's been there, since the beginning, and he just had the biggest influence on me.
So he was your coach in a way?
Yes, he helped out during my youth years at grade school.
So he made sure that your stance was proper and that your batting was there?
Yes, he helped out with my batting and pitching as well.
Okay. How's your, what's the fastest you've ever thrown a ball?
It's not that fast.
No? Okay, well, you're working on your curve?
I'm working on the off speed, definitely.
Yes, the off-speed stuff.
It's the foundation of my pitching.
Okay. So now you're a junior?
I will be a senior this year.
You're going to be, but you're a junior too.
Junior on the team.
You're going to be a senior, so you're going to be back next year.
That's
Where
correct.
do you see this team going next season?
I just think that if we continue to work as hard as the class that just graduated, I think the sky's the ceiling, that we could go as far as we could go as far as we work. I would think it's very
Sky's the limit?
Sky's the limit.
Okay, so we've got there next year, they're going to win, he's predicting they're going to win 4 in a row. So it's going to, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm glad we were able to lay foundations here. We're able to motivate. We give such an incentive to these guys that they automatically feel the need to win the state title the following year. Mainly because they come back and spend quality time with us here on Orland Park TV. So we want to give you guys, I want to ask each of you, give me summarize your season and what it meant to you. This season?
This season?
Yeah.
It was a real growing experience for me as a person. Just meeting a lot of new guys, growing as a family. I didn't know a lot of these guys, and just being able to grow and be around them every day really made me a better person.
That's it. I've heard that you grew a lot this year, so I'm looking forward to when you're back here after the 4th title next year. You'll probably be 6'3" at that point. But we're gonna come on over here, Matt. What would you say? You're a senior. You won't be back next year.
Yeah, I won't be back.
Where are you going to be?
I'm going to be at Loras College in Dubuque, Iowa.
And playing baseball.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll keep track of your progress. The coaches will let us know how you're doing, and we'll report back to the folks here in Orland Park, because we want to make sure you make some progress out there. Summarize your season and what it meant to you to close out on a championship team with the Providence Celtics.
It was pretty cool because we've been playing with these guys for a long time, not just through Providence, but through tribal teams, everything like that. So we've known each other for a long time. and it was kind of cool to be able to walk off state champion.
State champion, you were here last year when they won.
Yes.
Okay, so you've known, it's something that's creates such a culture that you guys have done. Kind of put the pressure on those guys like him to keep winning, but it's also a great culture, and it helps the recruiting, it helps the coaches. So it's great to see you guys do so well. Proud to see you guys keep making it year after year. Keep up the good work. Matt Griskowski, we want to thank you for being here today. Thank you, Matt. And Eric Judds, we want to thank you for being here today. So, folks, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back with a few other players from the 2016 state champion Providence Celtics. Thank you. Hello, Orland Park. We're back here on 147 South, and we're right in the middle of our special show with the three-time state champion Providence Celtics. And I think that should resonate with everyone when you say three-time, and I don't mean just 3 times over a decade. 3 years in a row, which is a credit to the coaches, to the players, to everyone at the school that was supporting them. And we've got three of Providence's finest right here. We've got a pitcher and 2 catchers, which of course, that's where it all starts. Pitcher and the catcher. That's what we always say here. These guys are battery mates, as they like to say in the team. So our battery mates here, let's introduce them to Orland Park. You guys introduce yourselves, please, to the audience.
Connor Noted.
Mike Massaro.
Mike Massaro.
Zach Pell.
Zach Pelt. Is that Pelt?
Pell.
Pell?
Yeah.
Like Pell-Mell?
Yeah.
Pell, okay. Yeah, it's Pell, yeah, we got it. Okay, Pell. So, the 3 of you guys, Connor, you pitched.
Yes.
You're a senior this
Yes,
year. You just graduated. Did you graduate with honors?
Yes.
Okay, that's very good. No, I don't want to put him on the spot, but it's a good thing you did. I don't want to embarrass somebody. Graduated with honors. Where are you headed off to school?
Illinois State.
Illinois State. So it's great. You're going down by the Redbirds.
Yeah.
What are you going to study?
Nursing.
You're going to study. You'll always have a job. I'm telling you that. Had a player that played with us on the Pioneers. He's going to Elmhurst now, playing football, but he is studying nursing. I said, you're always going to have a job. Unlike me, who has no marketable skills. I don't know. I don't have a job from day to day, hopefully. But anyway, so good luck down. You're going to do very well. You're going to do very well. We're going to talk a little bit about the baseball season. But first, we've got to find out from Zach. What are your now? Are you a junior or a senior? You're going to be a senior.
I'm going to be a senior.
So you're back. So you're going to be back here next year when we're talking about the 4th state title. Okay, so both of these guys are juniors. They're both going to be back. No pressure. So Zach, what?
Zach.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. He was playing right along with it too. These guys are killing me. Okay, so Mike, you're going to be back next year. You're going to be the catcher. Will you be the guy who catches the state championship game?
I sure hope so.
Okay, you're going to do it. You're going to do it. So, where did you play? And I didn't ask you this, and I'll come back and tell you because I forgot. But I'm already focused on Mike here.
Go ahead.
So, Mike, where did you play your youth baseball?
Well, I'm from Homer Glen. I grew up and I played for the Homer Heat, the team there.
The Homer Heat. We were always in fear of the Homer Heat here in Homer Park.
good reason.
For good reason too. What position did you play normally on the Homer Heat?
I was a catcher and I played some infield also.
Very good. Very good. Did you ever win a championship?
Yeah, all sorts of them.
Yeah, you win tournaments weekend after weekend. Homer Heat they plow right through it. So Homer Heat, where did you play, Connor?
I played for the Lincoln Vipers.
Oh, the Vipers. Okay. How'd you do?
We were terrible.
Well, at least you're honest about it. Okay. You were terrible. You were great. Zach, let me come on over there. Where did you play your youth baseball?
I also played for the Homer Heat.
Ooh, so Homer Heat, you guys play on the same team?
We did, yeah.
Where did you play back then?
First base.
First base? Did you stretch when you got out there? Did you stretch?
Yeah.
You ever pull a hamstring?
No, I was always stretched.
You always stretched. You stretched out before the coaches made sure. So you were on first base. He was catching. Did he ever, come up? Did you guys ever have it where somebody was leaning too far off first base? You jump right up, throw it right down to first, and pick him off first?
All the time.
Did you? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you got any film on that?
Probably.
No, okay. But we're gonna take your word for it. So you guys are juniors, you're gonna be back next year as seniors for the 4th state title. Where do you see, as your team comes together next year, we all hope for a state title, and I know I'm embellishing it a little bit, saying that you're gonna be back here next year. You have to go into every season thinking you're gonna win a state title. That's why you do it. That's why we do it in football. You're supposed to get to the Super Bowl. You're supposed to get to the championship of any sport you play. That's why you do it. That's why we play the game. You want to win. Not just, it's great to get better, but you want to win. And that's a good aspiration, but you want to develop as players. So how do you see next year's team coming together with who's on the team?
We're going to be able to compete day in and day out for good wins.
Okay, I don't know. Going to compete day in and day out. You got any other cliches here, Mike?
There could be some growing pains. We
So-
got a young team, hopefully coming up. We had a whole starting lineup of seniors graduate, so we'll start fresh and hopefully build back up to what they had the last couple years.
You think your coaches have it in them to mold you guys to be the 4th straight title winners at Providence next year?
Definitely,
Yeah. Finest group of coaches in the state of Illinois?
no doubt about it.
Finest group of coaches in this United States?
No doubt about it.
Okay. Coaches, you heard that right here. So you've got them on your side. You've got them ready to play. So we're going to look forward to seeing you again next year. I want you guys all to summarize, though, what you see as what the season meant to you to win the state title.
It brought us all together as a family, as a unit. We all had each other's back and all fought for each other. When all downsides happened, we all came together and cheered each other up.
Yeah, so it really sounds like you guys grew during this season.
Yeah, a lot.
Okay, Mike, you want to add to that?
Yeah, sure. We worked the whole season for that one goal, and every day we fought to defend what was ours. And it was great to come out at the end of the year actually achieving what we fought for the league.
So you think you were a better person and a better player at the end of the season than you were at the beginning of the season?
Yes.
Okay, that's always the goal. I know in every season I've ever entered, I look at the team, and if the goal is to make sure they're better at the end than they were at the beginning, and also that they come back the next year. So that's always the key. You guys all coming back next year?
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll be back. You won't be back though, Connor. So you can tell us what you really think of the coaches and what you really thought of this season as winning the state title.
It was just like we set out this goal that we wanted the third one in a row, put our mark in history, and it was sweet to just be able to cap it off at the end of the season, accomplish that goal.
Last question I'm going to ask is, where were you when the infamous throw took place?
I was like right at the opening of the dugout, like standing on the top step, because it was like it's the last thing I'm getting ready to run out there, and I was just standing there, and I was like, when it happened, I was just kind of just like, how did that thing? What just happened?
What just happened?
Yeah.
Now, who filmed it? I didn't ask this question, but who filmed it? How did it end up? Who actually sent it to ESPN? Where did that come from?
I think it was like the website that were.
Was it like High School Cube?
Yeah, something like that. They were recording it, and then I think.
It wasn't just his mother that sent it in.
No. I think Mrs. Trost from Providence got it, and she took care of that and sent it to ESPN. They told all of us to kind of like tweet like the throw #SportsCenter Top 10 to get their attention about it. So everyone was doing that from the school, and we all just were trying to help it out and get it on there, and then it was pretty cool.
So that shows further exemplifies everything. You guys did so much as a team. You even came together to see, you figured even though it was just one individual, but it overall was a team effort winning the state title, and that really exemplified what all the work you guys went through for this year. So it's great to see you, Connor, Mike, and Zach. Do I have that right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm looking forward to seeing you two again next year for the fourth state title in a row. Next year, then you'll come back and congratulate them after they win that title, and you'll have gotten your first year of study at Illinois State out of the way. You guys will be ready to go. What are you guys going to study when you go to college?
We'll see.
We'll see. That's a new major. We'll see. You got an idea, Zach?
Psychology.
Psychology? Yes, I can see that happening. I can't. You got me baffled, young man. Okay, so we're gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna be back with a few more of the players of the 2016 state champion Providence Celtics. Thank you. Orland Park, I'm back, and we're here with a very, very important team today. It's the 2016 state champion Providence Celtics. We've talked to the coaches, we've talked to a number of the players, talked to some players that were from Orland Park. We now have 3 players behind me. I don't think any of you guys are from Orland Park, are you? But you're close by.
Yeah.
It's all a community. It's all a community. So we'll talk a little bit about where they played youth baseball, what their favorite classes are, who their girlfriends are, that kind of stuff. We need to know that stuff. Coaches want to know that and have a listing of that. But anyway, these are all great kids. It's just, when we do these shows with the teams in the high school, you really remind you that sometimes people complain about the youth of America, that they don't have the initiative, that they don't have the drive. Well, I'm telling you, none of it's true, because I run into this and work with so many great youths. Yeah, it sounds like it's in that with Joe Pesci here. But it's these guys are exemplify what I find all over this great Chicagoland community when it comes to being in junior high and high school. You know what? Our future is very bright because of these kids right here, and specifically, let's talk to these three young gentlemen. Let's introduce yourselves to Orland Park.
I'm Drew Hunterford.
Drew Hunterford.
Yep.
I'm Kurt Dankovich.
Kurt Dankovich.
Yeah.
Tyler Zarubka.
Tyler Zarubka. Do I have that right?
Yeah.
Zarubka. Okay, so three players here who were on the state title, won a state title. Did you guys get your rings yet?
No, just
Just ordered the ring? Okay, so we're looking forward to seeing the rings. I'm sure you'll post them all on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff and Snapchat.
Yeah.
What is it, a Snapchat when you post it? Don't you lose it after?
Yeah, but there's this thing called the story, and you post it on there. and
You
can
post
see
it on the story and it's forever?
Yeah.
Okay, folks, Snapchat story. I'm going to tell them my story there, so start following it. I got to come. Do you have to have a handle or like you do on Twitter?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll have to come up with something
Yeah.
for Snapchat. So what we really want to know is, how are you guys going to be part of the nucleus of the team in 2017 that is going to win the 4th state title? Drew, you want to tell us that?
Us 3 right here, we're gonna try to form a nucleus.
What are you gonna do?
And win the team, or
Yeah.
lead the
You're going to
team.
form a nucleus, but give me an idea. I mean, it's a team game, but what position do you play, Drew?
I play outfield.
So you're going to be in the outfield. You are going to make the Tom Kelly throw next year.
Hopefully, I actually played right field, and then he came back from an injury, and then I was on the bench.
So you're saying that you really should have been out there for that, and you would have been the guy making that on ESPN. Life is not always fair. That's a good lesson learned. So now you're going to be back, though, to lead this team. Drew is going to help lead this team. You can't do it alone.
Just like Justin did.
Just like Justin did. Justin, who was here last year with us, and he was also with the state title, and now he's playing at North Central. But we don't want to talk too much about Justin, because Drew has lived in Justin's shadow long enough. He's breaking out. Drew is going to break out of Justin's shadow in 2017. And if he doesn't, I'm going to go back there and kick his butt, because I'm predicting it right now that he will. So, Drew, good luck on that. Okay, so next, Kurt. I should remember that. Kurt? He was what? Your brother was on the 2014?
Yeah, he was.
Okay, so you looked at that team. You were probably playing in junior high at that point.
Now it's freshman.
You were a freshman in 2014?
Yeah.
Okay, you saw that team. It was an aspiration. That's what's great about you guys winning it. You're really an inspiration to those teams down below.
Yeah.
Now, it's you. Coach is counting on you next year.
Yeah.
Coach Mark Kelly.
No, Coach Mark Smith.
Did I say Mark Kelly? Mark Kelly's not the head coach. Why did I write that down? Mark Smith. I even wrote down Mark Kelly. Kelly's the guy who made the throw. I can't get away from this Kelly. God almighty. Okay, so we cut? No, let's keep going. Okay, Coach Mark Smith is counting on you next year.
Yeah.
To lead the team. What position do you play?
I'm a pitcher.
You're a pitcher and a third baseman, I heard.
Yeah. Back up.
How's your arm?
It's not bad.
Not too bad.
Is Coach Tim think you got it for next year?
I think so.
Are you going to start opening day?
Me or him?
Yeah? You guys are going to be you guys are the dynamic duo?
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to lead the team next year?
Yeah.
So you're going to lead the team, you'll have the most wins, he'll have the second most wins. You guys are going to, and you really, I really am looking forward to seeing you back here next year for state title. But the more important part is just growing as a team, growing as a person. Now, where do you want to be by this time next year after you win your state title? Where are you going to be? What's your aspiration for your career?
What do you mean?
Are you going to be an accountant? Are you going to be? Are you going to be the next president of the United States?
I hope I can be a president. That'd be sweet. But if not, then I want to go to play baseball in college.
Yeah, you're going to play baseball in college.
Hope.
So what are you thinking? What are you thinking of studying? Are you going to be? We got to get your career aspiration, Coach. You need to work more on these guys' career here. So what are you thinking of studying?
I hope I can get into engineering.
Engineering, very good. Okay, we got something going. We'll dial that into mechanical engineering or some other type. But no, engineering. You're going to go to you'll go to U of I. You'll be a very successful engineer. You'll probably be one of those who helps design the tallest building in Chicago in about 13 years. So we're looking forward to that.
All right. Yeah, you'll see my name right on there.
Yes, and I'm going to come down, and when the cement is wet right by the building, I'll write my name in there too. I'll be proud to say that I knew who helped engineer this building.
Oh yeah.
It all started here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Very good. Okay, so now we're going to go next to probably our. He says he's the best pitcher.
No, I never said that.
He won one state championship.
Did he?
Yeah, you got the W.
You got the W in the game?
Yes, sir.
Were you? What innings did you pitch in that game?
I went 3, 4, or 3, 5, and 6.
3, 5, and 6. So you were not.
4, 5, 4th.
Yeah, 3, 5, and 6. I didn't know you could do that. I get in high school. Can you leave and come back? I didn't know.
Oh yeah, we did.
We have seen that.
Can you pitch the first inning, take a break, and come back and pitch the fourth?
No.
No, you can't do that.
Last year against.
You got an umpire who kind of forgets, and you might sneak that in. But you pitch. You got the winner. So you're the winner in the state championship.
Correct.
You plan on being the winner in the state championship game in 2017?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we're looking forward to that. You come back. You're going to win the state title. You're going to be there on the mound, lead them, help lead them along with this guy. You guys are the dynamic duo when it comes to pitching next year. Where are you going from there?
I plan on getting a degree in coaching.
Okay, so you want to be a coach?
Yes.
Coach, have you talked to him about this?
Not
You
yet.
think it's a good career aspiration for him?
Absolutely.
Okay, so your coach is advocating and he's endorsing what you're thinking. What would you like to coach when you get to? Are you going to coach high school football, baseball, basketball?
I want to coach high school baseball.
High school baseball? You want to come back and be a Providence coach?
I'd love to.
Okay. Well, I don't know if Coach Smith will be ready to leave by then. I think he's going to be here for about another 20 years. But hopefully you can come back, be on the staff, learn from the great coach that Mr. Smith is, and you will be able to help lead Providence to more state titles.
Sounds good.
Okay. You have any idea where you're going to school?
I have no idea yet.
None?
None.
Kurt, do you have any idea where you're going to school?
Well, I'd like to go to Michigan State.
Michigan State, you're going to be a Spartan?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we will look forward to you at Michigan State. We're going to watch and see where you finally decide. You're a little undecided. Since you're that undecided, how about your pitches? When you were, did you shake off your catcher much this year?
No, Jimmy knew what he was doing behind the plate.
Okay. Do the coaches? I was wondering this. Do the coaches call the pitches, or do you leave it up to the catcher to call a curve, fastball, slider, whatever they're called?
We leave it up to Birdie, the coach.
No.
But the coach,
And they're getting
he looks to the coach, gives the signal, and then boom, and he puts it in?
Yeah.
Can't leave that up to the catcher.
No, you can't. He left it up to him sometimes.
Sometimes, how'd he do?
He did good. He knew what he was doing.
He knew what he was doing. Who was the catcher who caught the infamous throw?
That was the third baseman tag pitch.
Oh, he actually caught it?
Yeah.
Oh, so he came in?
No, it was at third base. The right field was third base.
Oh, it was the third, now see, I should have been watching this. He actually tagged up in second trying to go to third?
Yeah.
Tried to stretch it out?
Trying to stretch it out.
Is that even good baseball when you're losing 10-3?
No.
That's why they lost.
Coach, you wouldn't have done something like that, would you?
Maybe if we wanted to get the game over.
Yeah, there you go. So Mundelein was trying to stretch it from second to third. He caught him, the third base. Who was the third baseman?
Tag pitch.
Set pitch? Okay, so he's not here though.
No.
Okay, so was he a senior?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's he going to school at?
Parkland.
Parkland to play baseball?
Yes.
Very good. So folks, you can see these guys on that there's such a great group of individuals, but come together as a great team. And we've, as our coach told us before, 12 of the 19 seniors are going on to college to play baseball. So that's something to be very proud of. These guys are going to be juniors, going to be seniors next year. They'll all be going on to college, which is very, very, get a little shorter there, but he's losing, he's losing control. We don't want to lose control. So, in a word, in just a few words, summarize what it meant to win the state championship this year.
A few words.
As many as you want.
I'd like to say it's the proudest moment of my high school career so far.
So far, very good.
I'm looking to make 4 this year.
That's it. The Esper, you're here, Coach. He's ready. He's ready for 4. The pressure's on. He can't keep his seat up, but he's ready for 4th champion. Uh-oh, this guy's going also. So, Kurt, what's your? Can you summarize what it meant to be on a state championship team this year?
You know, it was pretty sweet because, you know, my brother won it in 2014, so it's kind of cool that, like, I won back in.
So you'll have a ring, and hopefully you'll have 2 rings.
Hopefully, yeah.
After next year, and then you'll actually. Now, did he stop at 1?
He stopped at 1, he was a senior.
He was a senior on that 14 team. So, did you feel like you really came together as a team? As far as coming together and becoming a better person and a better teammate this year?
Yeah, of course.
So that it helped make you and mold you into the fine young man that you are.
Yes.
And we all know you are. Okay, so Drew, you're finally out of that shadow. And you're going to be the final say on this 2016 Providence Celtic state championship season, signified by the fact that you're the only team, the only school that has ever won 3 straight Illinois state titles. We're still researching that national issue, but summarize it all, what it meant to be here this year, knowing that you're going to come back and win a 4th next year.
Well, I think I could speak on behalf of everyone, especially the seniors. It was probably a dream come true would be a way to describe it. They left their high school career going out like that, making history in the state of Illinois, and we're just going to do our best next year to keep a legacy going.
Very good. Well, you summarized it. I really do think you did a very good job. I think you did a great job there. I think you said it a lot better than Justin could have ever said it. So it's yes,
Justin has like 3 states.
you've grown. You've grown as a person. You guys are going to keep growing as a team, folks. That's it for today. We've had a great time here visiting with the 2016 state champion Providence Celtics. We want to wish them all the best in the new upcoming school year, and we look forward to seeing them next year go for their 4th state title. Guys, thanks a lot. Can I hear one more cheer? State championship team here, folks. Dan McMillan for 147 South. We want to thank Mayor McLaughlin and the trustees as part of Orland Park TV. Thank you.